Welcome back. This is Cara with ByteStand MCF Shipping, and this video is going to continue our journey learning about shipping rules. If you have not already watched the definition and requirement video, it is included in this YouTube playlist and in the description of this video. I highly recommend checking it out. For those of us that are ready to continue learning, this video is going to go over the basics of shipping rules, including how to create a rule, where to locate your saved rules, and how to use the rules history page. On the home page of the app, click on Rules, or if you are already in the app on a different page, you can use the purple menu to the right to hover over it and click on Rules. Let's get started by creating our first rule. Click Add New Rule, and you'll notice two rule types. Fulfillment and tag. The fulfillment rule aims to change the fulfillment location of eligible orders, and the tag rule will add a tag to your orders. The creation of both rule types is similar, and every rule will need a name. In this example, we will create a fulfillment rule and name it Test 1. The next step is deciding how complex the rule should be. So let's talk about the meaning of any and all. Any means if the order matches any of the conditions below, then run the rule. All means the order must match all of the conditions for the rule to run. Stores have more flexibility with the any options versus very specific needs with the all option. Start building your rule to the left. The main conditions are customer, order, and product. Quickly looking at each condition, the customer option allows you to create a rule based off of pre-existing customer tags found in orders or customer email addresses. Stores can use the order condition to create the rules based off of order totals, the number of line items in the order, shipping locations, and more. The product condition helps stores create a rule based off of location-specific inventory levels, product SKUs, product titles, and more. Let's create a rule together which will run when one of my specific products is almost out of stock in Amazon. When this happens, I want the product in the order to be assigned to my physical location so I can ship the order myself. I do not want this rule to run for any other SKUs, so this is a very specific rule with multiple conditions. Notice how I've selected all because I need both conditions to be met before the rule would run for an order. The plus and minus sign will help create additional conditions or delete those conditions. In this example, I am telling the app if a order is created with this SKU and the SKU has less than 6 units stocked in the ByteStand USA specific location, please change the fulfillment location of the SKU in the order to my North Carolina warehouse location. That was a mouthful. So are you keeping up with me so far? Moving right along to something a little more tricky is the toggle, which is located right here. Consider this feature similar to the any and all options above, except this condition means and. If this feature is triggered, the order must meet all conditions created above and include multiple fulfillment locations. This order is a great example of what multiple fulfillment locations looks like in a Shopify order. Developing our current rule, let's trigger this option, which means my order must include the specific SKU and the SKU must have less than 6 units available in the ByteStand USA location, and the order must contain multiple fulfillment locations. Only then will the rule be triggered. If any of those cases are not true for an order, then the rule will not run. Okay, now that we've built out a pretty good rule, let's look at the end of this process and one of the most important parts. What do we want to happen when the rule is triggered? So in our example, the order's fulfillment location should be changed to the North Carolina warehouse. The selections in this drop-down box are pulled from the store's Shopify locations. Only physical locations and ByteStand app locations will appear in the drop-down box. The app is not able to select other app locations. Second to last is requesting fulfillment. If the rule is changing the order's location to a ByteStand location, you have two options. ByteStand can automatically request fulfillment of the order, which means sending the fulfillment request of the order to Amazon right away, or the store can opt to do not fulfill, and the order will sit in an unfulfilled status in Shopify until the store manually presses request fulfillment of the order. But if the rule is changing the order's location to a physical location, the only option provided is do not fulfill, as ByteStand cannot automatically fulfill orders that it's not managing, and the order will sit in an unfulfilled status in Shopify waiting for the store to manage the order. Last but not least, don't forget to press save. You put in a lot of hard work. While you are down here, keep scrolling and take a look at the explanation box. We've included definitions and verbiage for each condition. Notice as you change the conditions in your rule above that the explanation changes below. This can be super helpful while you are getting started with this feature. And that is a ton of information, so I do encourage you to take time to pause this video, poke around the rule page before you move on. Creating your first rule may take some trial and error, but reach out to us if any questions arise. Speaking of questions, where did that rule go that we just saved, and how can you find the rules you've previously set up? Well, let's scroll to the top if you have not already and click on Saved Rules. This is where you will find all of the rules you have previously created. You can view the details of your rules here and even edit your rules one at a time. You can also easily delete rules on this page. I'd say that's a pretty simple tool, and next we should take a look at the rules history page. Stores can find the results of rules on this page. You can search for rules by Shopify order number or rule name and pressing enter on your keyboard. And here's a little secret. You can click on the Shopify order number to be sent to the order in Shopify, or click on the rule name to see the details of the rule that ran for the order. If a rule tries to run and fails, there will be a red status that you can click on. A pop-up will appear with more information explaining why the rule failed. The most common failed reason is due to the product not being stocked at the location the rule was created for. We talk about that in the previous video. Phew, okay, that feels like a pretty good spot to stop. At this point, you know the requirements needed to use ByteStand shipping rules, how to create rules, view your rules, and where to find the history of rules. Now it's time for you to try. If at any point you need assistance or have questions, reach out to us via email, chat in the app, or on our website. Give us a call or schedule a video call. Happy shipping!